Okay, we are here with Sammy O'Toole of SamuelO'Toole.com and Next Door Studios, and we're interviewing him for Manhunt Daily. He's one of our favorite performers we like to feature on the blog, and we're so happy to have him here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome.
Well, that was the voice of Jay Harvey. This is the other guy. You know my name.
It's DeWitt.
Yeah.
DeWitt is that hugely
I never know how to
popular.
pronounce my name. So, question time.
I thought you were kidding. Go
What?
ahead.
I told you I was going to sing.
Okay, you asked the first question.
So, we interviewed you before, just text interview, and we talked sort of about bisexuality, and I feel like a lot of readers and just gay men in general are so judgy about bisexuality and just don't believe it exists. And like, I feel like you're like one of those people. I'm like, no, he really is.
Yes.
And like, I feel like my one complaint about your site is that, you know, everyone else in Nextdoor will have like threesomes with like one girl, one guy, and like, why has that never happened on your site?
I don't know. Honestly, I've kind of been waiting for it myself as well. I always said to our talent guy that if I do a bi scene, I don't want to do your typical bi scene where it's just two guys kissing and blowing each other and both talking to the girl, because that's not really a bi scene in my opinion. That's just two guys playing with each other a little bit and having sex with a girl. I wanted to talk both the guy and the girl, but I think that kind of is a difficult thing for most performers to kind of be comfortable with. So I think that may be why it hasn't happened yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too picky, but I don't know. I just feel like it should be, you know, a legitimate bisexual scene. I don't really want to half-ass something like that. So just, you know, with the way that people view bisexuality in general, you know, people are like, you know, well, you still have sex with girls, you know, so you can't be gay. I've never claimed to be gay. I've always claimed to be bisexual because I do like having sex with women, but I can't deny that put a dick in my hand or a dick in my mouth, I'll get hard. So, but then it's, you know, it's almost the same thing too. If like people ask me, you know, what kind of porn do I watch? And it's like, really, does that matter? You know, I know plenty of gay men that watch straight porn. So does that mean that they're not gay because they watch straight porn? So it's just, you know, it raises a lot of questions and a lot of conflicting points of view. So.
Indeed. Oh, and the next question. In last time we spoke to you, you said that you're not a fan of anything anal, even women. Have your feelings changed since then? And if enough fans demanded it, would you ever consider getting fucked?
I don't know. I don't think I'm good at it.
Oh, come on.
And I think I've only ever done things and scenes that I feel comfortable doing in my personal life and that I know that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I've always tried to explain to people. I don't know why my ass is very distracting to me. Start touching it,
Distracting
and
for
I
us,
can't
too.
focus on anything else but the fact that there's something going on with my butt. So it's like I'll go from a raging hard on, you know, and then you start just tickling a little bit. I'm like,
So
what's going on down there?
So it's a surprise and a turnoff, or
I don't know if it's a turnoff. I just wouldn't say that I get the same pleasure from it as most other people do. And I mean, I've even just been sitting at home and, you know, felt a little frisky and, you know, gone for a finger or gone for a toy, and it's, I don't know, it just never really excites me enough for it to be a regular thing or something that I look forward to and want to do. It's like, you know, so.
Maybe you need an inflatable dildo.
Yeah.
Right? I know, I was one of those things. That's part.
Available on the Manhunt store, no less.
This is going to sound like a stupid question, but we're going to ask it anyways. How is your ass so perfect? What do you do
I think
How does that
90% of it was genetics. My dad has kind of a bubble butt too,
That's
so
depressing. That's genetics, isn't it?
I've done a
I don't want to see
little bit of
pictures of your
work for
dad. Is that inappropriate?
That's so important.
No, it's okay. But I have been kind of focusing on it more in my fitness regimen. Just because, I mean, I've gotten so many compliments from before, and I never really ever focused on it. So I was like, well, what's it going to look like if I actually work it out and kind of try and get it to where it should be? So, yeah, no, I think I just got lucky.
It's a fantastic aspect.
Thank you.
Our next question. A while back, you had been begging to do some scenes with twinkier guys, and you had your wish fulfilled. Is there any other type of guy or scenario you'd like to add to your gay porn wish list?
No, from my point of view, I think that I kind of get a good variety of people.
Mm-hmm.
I had never really had any experience with twinks before, and especially when I first started doing porn, I got paired with a lot of guys that had similar body types to mine. And I'd always been a little curious about the smaller guys, so they were able to work it in for me, and I really appreciate that. I've had some fun times.
Work it in.
So right, definitely key phrase there, work it in. But I've never really been too picky about my scene partners. People always ask me if I get to choose them, or if I go to our talent guy and say I want these kinds of people. And I've considered doing that, but I've always thought that if I choose it, then I'm always just going to be picking the same people or the same body types over and over again, because I'll get stuck in a rut with preferences and everything like that. And I realize that's not really the best way to go about making scenes. You got to have a little bit of variety. Everyone's going to like different body types and want to see me with a different body type,
mm-hmm.
or person or personality. And so I feel like that's better left out of my hands.
I kind of just want to go off script for a moment about a conversation we were having right before this about just something you don't really hear people talk about in porn a lot, like on the set. The people on the set getting excited, watching things, and just if there have ever been moments where you've looked around the room, seen a few tents and pants, and just...
Definitely. And it was funny because at first when I started noticing stuff like that, I was really surprised by it. I was like, what? Oh my... But then when I thought about it, I was like, well, actually that's kind of a good thing, because, when I'm in the act, I'm enjoying myself, and I'm not too sure exactly how the finished product's going to be. I don't get that third person view, seeing how everything's going. So it's like I just kind of do what I can and hope that it looks good. And so really I just kind of have to peek over and look at the videographers or the photographer and see how they're reacting to it. And usually if, notice them kind of pitching a tent, I feel good, because then I feel like, if I'm able to arouse this person and entice this person who's sitting here trying to focus on actually working and, getting the shots, and if I'm able to kind of bring them out of their focus and start to arouse them, then it's got to be something at least a little good. So for me, I don't mind it. I like it.
I'm going to ask this next one because I don't want Jake to be uncomfortable. It's very blunt.
Go ahead.
Where's your favorite place to come?
It varies kind of in what mood I'm in. I would definitely have to say I like coming on asses and I like coming in people's mouths. But I'd rather be on my back and come in their mouth, because then it gets really dirty and you can see the cum all sliding down the dick and drooling out of their mouth. It's good stuff.
This is my favorite interview ever.
So,